Did we just kill a dragon?
Well, it seems if you ask Droop, he killed it all on his own. He even got a character sheet out of it, and we didn't level up at all.
I dance around in circles, holding up my new magic bow, screaming in goblin noises.
I follow what Droop is doing and dance with him.
I'm surrounded by morons. I get up, dust myself off, and go towards what remains of the tower. Any chance we can get at the dragon's hoard?
Possibly. But that bow was the only thing sticking out of the rubble. Now there's giant bricks, shattered wood, and a corpse of a whole dragon on top of it all.
I don't think we're going to get any of the dragon's treasure, Don. Perhaps we can come back another time, once we have less pressing matters. Gundren is still being held hostage. The longer we spend out here, the bigger the chance that he could be hurt or even killed.
I swear to God, if we don't come back for this treasure, I'm going to chromatic orb each of you. I'll even let you pick the element.
We should go back to Redith and tell him that we killed this dragon. Maybe take a long rest too while we're at it.
I bet he has corn. I didn't get a chance to roll for my corn check last time. I'm going to eat all of this sucker's corn.
Tired and broken, you all walk across Thundertree towards Redoth's cottage. The ruined village seems almost silent now, but a peaceful silence. This is much different than it was upon arrival, where the trees seem to literally move and watch you, thanks to the twig blights. The familiar cottage comes into view, the chimney billowing smoke. It is safe to assume Redoth is home.
I knock on the door 3 hard times and yell out, Redoth, open up! We killed that fucking dragon. You better have a big fucking reward for us, or I'm gonna be pissed as hell.
You hear Redoth yelling from within the cottage, "You killed the dragon!" The sounds of the board being moved and the clicking of a lock is heard beyond the door before it is quickly pulled open by a surprised-looking Redoth. He looks at you all and says, "Holy shit, and you're all alive."
I barge into Redoth's place and yell out, "Where's the corn, old man? I just killed a dragon and Daddy's hungry."
What he means to say is, can we rest here for a moment, Redith? It's been a challenging day so far.
I start tearing open cabinets looking for corn. What do I find?
Redoth looks bewildered as everyone enters his cottage. You start opening cabinets and drawers and find a drawer with a sack of corn inside.
I take the bag and tip it back into my open mouth and just start eating it as quickly as I can get it down my throat.
I go over to Redoth's fireplace and use his kettle to start making myself some tea. I'm not asking, and I want to make Redoth plenty aware I'm just ransacking his shit because fuck him and fuck that dragon that almost killed me.
I say thank you to Redoth sheepishly before making my way inside.
I run in holding my bow over my head, jump on the furniture, and continue to whoop loudly.
Redoth regains his composure and says, "Oh yes, please come in and make yourselves at home. It must have been a harrowing experience to face down such a fierce foe. All I asked was you drive it away, not slay the damn thing."
Well, Don made the great point that if we didn't kill the dragon, it was just going to go off somewhere else and hurt other people. So it was our duty to slay the beast or die trying.
I didn't say it quite like that, but sure, it was all my fault we had to fight the stupid thing. We didn't even get its hoard. Barak collapsed the tower on it, and the stupid dragon died on top of the loot. Droop was the only one to steal something from the big green bastard, and now he's a full player.
Getting a little meta there, Don.
I don't give a shit. I got downed by the thing in one breath attack and almost got double my HP and damage dealt to me. I could have been dead, and all I got for my efforts was some annoying asshole with a magic bow.
I run and jump across all the furniture, waving my bow around, yelling, "Droops is people now. Droops gets all the shinies."
You all decide to settle in for the night in Redoth's cabin. While Joe eats the remaining corn Redoth had stored, he makes you all a homemade feast. A whole cooked hog on a spigot, boiled potatoes, fresh bread, brewed tea, and dried berries that are common to the region. He is noticeably a lot more courteous than he was when you all first met him, making sure to accommodate you all as best as he can.
Does it have an apple in its mouth?
What do you mean?
The hog. Does it have an apple in its mouth while it's getting cooked?
Sure, it has an apple in its mouth.
You see that? Right there. Perfect. You can't have a classic like that without painting the whole picture, Ben.
So while you all are resting for the night, what are you doing?
I will be cleaning my sword from the battle earlier that day by the fireplace.
I'll be sitting in an armchair reading from my black book if Redith has one.
I'm going right to bed. This dragon brought me to the verge of death. The sooner I get back my hit points, the better.
I go up to George and sit beside him and say, "Hey, George, can I seize my box? I wants to open it."
I give a hearty laugh and say, "Sure, Droop," as I reach into my bag and hand it to him. But just before I hand it to him, I say, "Let me try something first." I cast Detect Magic on the box to see what kind of magic is keeping this thing shut.
Sure, after you cast it, you see that this box has 2 kinds of magic. First, the box itself is warding magic. It's faint, but present. However, the inside of the box is strong with magic. You can't tell what's inside, but it's almost prismatic, quite possibly containing every school of magic all wrapped up into one item.
I hand Droop the box and say, you better be careful with it. Why don't you take it outside and try and open it there?
I grab the box and run outside eagerly.
You sure that's a good idea?
I'm not going to take away something that he found, but at the same time, if it blows up, it doesn't blow up here.
I find a pan, some oil, pour some oil in the pan, and put it over the fireplace and pour corn into it. I'm going to try and wake Don up by making popcorn.
Droop, you make your way outside of the cottage and find a tree to sit under. The night air fills your lungs as a full moon hangs overhead, lighting up the area. You have your magical box with you. What would you like to do?
First things first. I start digging through the dirt using the edge of my new bow as a shovel to try and get some dessert worms.
This is a great use of time. Wow, I'm so glad he's a player now.
Shut up, Don. Let Rogan have his RP moment.
Sure, you find some worms. They're extra wiggly as they slide down your throat.
Oh man, those are the best. All right, I'm going to try and open the box with all of my goblin might.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Oof, I rolled a 3.
No luck, man. You're not going to be able to brute force your way through this box.
Fine, I want to try and pry it open with my magical bow. In true goblin fashion, I don't give a crap about the well-being of my weapon and focus purely on what's inside of this box.
What happens next is strange. As you make contact with the box with your bow, images flash through your mind. You see them as if you're watching a movie. It's a third-person perspective of you fighting the dragon earlier today. It occurs to you now that the size difference between you and the dragon is massive. That any other goblin would have ran for their lives. But you decided to stand and fight. You look up at the dragon and slash at it with your scimitar as it flies away. You snap back to reality and hear a small click. The top of the box seems to have opened.
No way, I opened the box. What's inside?
You find a couple things. The first seems to actually be materializing in the box as you open it. Bright green light fills your eyes as you reach in to pull whatever this is out, almost instinctively, as if it was made for you. It seems to be a goblin-sized set of scale mail armor. The scales seem to be made of green dragon scales, much like the one you helped slay today. Green light continues to radiate from the armor as magical scales come into existence as you pull it out of this box. Once removed, you could discern that this would have never fit in the box to begin with, as the other contents take up a majority of the box now. The other object seems to have been here to begin with. With the box open, a cold vapor pours out of the box like your breath on a cold winter evening. Once the vapor clears away, you see that inside is a giant white egg. It seems frozen to the touch. The box feels almost as if it's enchanted to keep this egg cold.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be a daddy.
You all wake up the next morning feeling much better than yesterday. You may all benefit from a long rest. The night was just like any other to you, but for Droop, it was rewarding. You all see that Droop is sporting scale mail that he didn't have before. The scales being a deep green, much like the scales from the dragon you all killed yesterday. He's also holding the open box.
What the fuck, Droop? Are you stealing my loot again? How did you get that open?
Droops uses his new bow and the box clickety-clack open. Box gives Droops new armor that fits perfectly and a new baby egg. Droops is gonna be his daddy.
What do you mean you have an egg?
Oh man, this is getting good. We're all gonna die to whatever this thing is, aren't we?
Redith goes over to you, Droop, and says, "What do you mean an egg? Let me see it."
Sure, I hold up the box to Redith to see.
Radoth pulls the egg out of the box and holds it up. To put it in meta terms, this egg is about the size of an ostrich egg. Vapor radiates off the egg as it leaves its magically enchanted cold container. His face shrinks as he examines the egg and says, This has to be a dragon's egg. Where did you get this?"
Droop found this case on the back of a wizard's wagon going north on the high road towards Neverwinter before we arrived here. Had I known it was a dragon's egg, I would have left it where we found it.
This isn't just any normal dragon's egg. If I'm correct, this is a white dragon egg. White dragons are the most fierce and evil dragons imaginable. Typically, they are bound to Arctic or mountainous environments. They enjoy a cold climate. To find an egg here is odd. The fact it has been in a container keeping it cold means that whoever was keeping this egg had intents on hatching it. For the good of the realm, crush this thing.
No, it's my baby. Droopkin teaches it to be a good dragon.
Droop, that's a very dangerous idea. Maybe we should take Redoth's advice on this. Keeping that thing with us is just asking for trouble.
It may have not been an actual bomb, but it's definitely dangerous.
Now hold on, who's to say that this dragon is going to be big and bad like other white dragons? Look, we could just leave it here, but what if we hatch it and raise it right? It's painting a wide brush over intelligent creatures. just to assume they're evil before they're even born.
I say we let him keep it.
See, even Don thinks I gets to keep the dragon's egg. He knows I wills be a good daddy.
Now, I just can't wait to see it eat you in your sleep.
After preparing your gear, you all set off with Rydoth going south on the high road towards the Tribor Trail. With the location of Cragmaw Castle in your grasp, and Rydoth promising to take you all to Wave Echo Cave after saving Gundren, you all agreed to reconnect in Phandalin before assaulting the castle. It's going to take 2 days to arrive back in Phandalin. What would you all like to do during your travels?
I'm going to be holding my box close to my chest, occasionally peeking inside at the dragon egg to make sure it's doing all right. Dad life, you know what I mean?
I'm going to be peeking over towards Droop's box and say, you know you should let me hold that thing. You're going to end up making scrambled dragon eggs the way you're carrying it.
I hiss at Don and hold the box away from him. It's my baby, and I'm going to take care of it.
Think about all the gold we could get selling a dragon egg. I'll split it with you. Think about all the shinies. Goblins like shinies, right?
No selling my baby.
Whatever, man. Let it eat you when it hatches. I don't care.
I'm going to be walking behind Don, making faces at him and mocking him, where he can't see me to try and make Droop laugh and not be intimidated by Don.
I'm just going to trail behind the party a bit, reading from my black book.
I'm going to be taking the lead and looking out for any kind of potential threats. Goblin ambushes, bandits, owlbears, and the like. What's the weather like?
It's actually a sunny day today. The skies are clear, and you can see a long distance away from you. Give me a perception check with advantage for keeping a lookout during your travels for the day.
Sure, I got a dirty 20.
You see off the path to the east that there is some movement. From what you could see, you believe you're being tailed by some more orcs.
I let the party know this information. I think we should be alert, but not engage them. If they attack, let them come to us. Avoid any ambushes.
That's a solid plan. I put away my book and keep a lookout as well.
You all travel for half a day and spot a few more occurrences off in the brush, but nothing jumps out to attack you. Just before evening, you hear loud screams coming from the forest before they're quickly silenced. Those screams sounded like they were from orcs.
Cool. Maybe they got eaten by an owlbear or something.
I bet it was vampires.
What do you mean vampires? It's daytimes.
Okay, maybe they're day vampires.
Oh my God, why are you all so dumb?